We often act against our better judgments. We often delay putting things into practice. We often avoid completing tasks that are going to be beneficial for our business and ourselves. That, folks, is procrastination. It's a human condition. All of us succumb to that in some degree or fashion. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what procrastination is, how it manifests, why it occurs, and more importantly, what we can do, some tips and techniques to reduce procrastination. Hi folks, my name is Mahmood. I'm an accountant, I'm an educator and a mentor and proud author of the book, I Hate Numbers, the book that will revolutionise your relationship for the better with your numbers. In over 30 years, I've helped thousands of businesses improve their financial awareness, improve the battle that goes on between their ears, make more money, save tax and time. How, you may ask? By improving their relationship with their numbers. Please remember to hit the subscribe button so you can keep in touch, and also to help me share the message and get that message out there for all of those who need to connect better with their numbers. Let's crack on with the video. Procrastination manifests itself in a number of different ways. We can see lots of different examples of how that exists. So for example, are you one of those people who says, I'm far too busy to do this particular thing that's going to benefit me long term? So whether it's putting a new system in place for credit control, whether it's a new way that you communicate and engage with your clients, whether it's a new process that you're instilling, or whether it's a financial planning route map you're putting together. Whatever it is, are you delaying that because you're considering yourself to be far too busy? Are you a perfectionist? Do you say that I'm not going to release this new innovation, this new product, this new service, this new thing until it's absolutely perfect, until it actually gets that threshold that is going to be top notch? Do you have shiny bauble syndrome? So you start one project, you can't quite complete that particular project, and you get distracted and you go on to something else. You've got new ways of working, you start that off, it's partly completed, and then you go off and do something else instead. Now those are all examples of how it manifests itself in procrastination. By the way, it's not a good look in your business. It's not good for what goes on between there. It's certainly not good for achieving your business objectives, getting to your Northern Star. It's going to consume much more time, and it's a very inefficient way to progress. And I can say this with confidence, not only through helping thousands of businesses, but also succumbing to those examples of procrastination myself. So why does it happen? As human beings, we have a balance exercise that we're trying to do. We're looking at long-term rewards, that benefits that's there, against short-term gratification. Gratification is here and now, it's in the present, and we tend as human beings to gravitate to the here and now than thinking about something that's long way away. Thinking about relative future rewards is not necessarily as stronger to actually distract us from our short-term gratification. As human beings, we have something that psychologists call the want-should syndrome. And the want-should syndrome says, if we are, for example, wanting a better lifestyle, a better health here, we should be exercising, we should be going for walks, we should be making sure that we've got a balanced diet. The want says, I want that dessert, I want that particular indulgence, I want that pastry, I want something that's probably going to be bad for me calorific wise, but I want that. In your business, you should be pursuing a financial plan. You should be putting into action things that will benefit your business over time. But what happens is we want to watch that video. We want to check our social media feed. And that's always going to be a battle for all of us. It's the short-term gratification against the long-term rewards. Now let's talk in terms of what can we do to reduce procrastination. Now a few things we can do. One of the things that we can do is when we look into the future is to reframe, re-engineer how we think of that future and actually break it down into smaller incremental steps. So if we have a financial plan that we've mapped out and we look at that route map and we break it down into smaller milestones, smaller steps that we need to progress, then each step that we manage to progress, there's an outcome, there's an achievement of that, and that is actually going to reinforce that factor that we're going along that right path. That immediate gratification is one way of doing that, by having smaller tasks that we do things in smaller increments. For over 25 years, I taught professional students, professional accounting students, how to be better accountants. One thing I would always tell them in their studies is don't look for big chunks of time you're going to spend on studying, because it won't happen. Break it down into smaller tasks, 10 minutes, build that up over time, and then you'll become a much more fluent and much more focused person in studying. When you do something, do it in short bursts. Do it in 20-25 minute blocks. Don't think you're going to devote several hours, because you'll get deflated and you won't manage to move that dial forward. Another example of an approach that can help with procrastination is something called temptation bundling. First recognised by Professor Milkman is where you pair a positive indulgence with a behaviour that will lead to long-term reward. Background to the story is she did not go to gym as often as she would like, and she also had a secret passion, a secret desire for audiobooks. Hunger Games was one of her particular favourites. Now, she found that when she went to the gym and listened to the audio of the Hunger Games, that she actually was encouraged to go to the gym more regularly, more often. She restricted that indulgence to that actual activity of the gym. Other things that you can do apart from temptation bundling, apart from things, breaking things into smaller steps, is to reinforce that and not be too hard on yourself. So when you want to change and modify behaviour, remember that's things that takes time. So it's small footprints that you need to go by. Little steps that we make lead to bigger outcomes. So folks, let's just summarise where we are. Procrastination, we are all succumbing to it. Don't be too hard on yourself. You can reframe it, you can re-engineer things so you do less procrastination. Number two, it manifests itself in terms of shiny bauble syndrome. It manifests itself in terms of saying that you're too busy. It manifests itself perhaps by you saying you're too much of a perfectionist. Revisit those thoughts, revisit those behaviours. You might want to break that journey down into smaller steps. A lot of people will think about the big outcome without thinking about the progress they're making along that way. So those are just some of those tips there, folks. If you like the video, I'd love it if you could share it with those who will benefit. And until next week, folks,